Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mutiara from class 8 to 2022. I'd like to explain about coursebook analysis results based on the Tuningsworth method. This is the cover of the coursebook I chose. First, aim and approaches. Do the aims of the coursebook correspond closely with the aims of the teaching program and with the needs of the learners? Yes, because this book contains a lot of material needed by students and greatly supports the objectives of the teaching program, helping teachers to convey material to students. Is the coursebook suited to the learning or teaching situation? Yes, because this textbook is suitable for use during face-to-face learning in class and online learning, and also can occur interaction between the teachers and students because of the large amount of material that can be discussed. How comprehensive is the course book? This book has a variety of contents in it. There is a glossary that serves to provide a brief definition or explanation of special terms, vocabulary, or concepts that may be new or difficult for students to understand. It has learning objectives for each chapter. There are some vocabulary for students to remember. It has pronunciation practice, dialogue practice, listening practice, reading practice, writing practice. There are also some questions related to the material. And at the end of each chapter, there are reflections for teacher and students. Is the course book flexible? Yes, this textbook is flexible because its shape is not too big and not too thick, so it's easy to carry. Second, design and organization. What components make up the total course package? In this book, there are components that make up the learning objectives and learning outcomes, a variety of materials presented, interesting pictures, several questions for students to work on in the form of writing and projects, assessment rubrics that students must achieve, and material that will be discussed by students and teachers. How is the content organized? This book is organized with introduction, which explains the content of the book and learning objectives, a brief overview of the topics to be covered, a table of contents detailing the chapters and subchapters in the textbook, an introduction which provides further information about the context of the topic covered and why it is important or relevant to students. Main chapter present the subject matter in separate chapters and divide the material based on specific topics or concepts. Subchapters contain further divisions within each chapter and organization by subtopic or specific aspects of the material. Information boxes that contain relevant illustrations, graphs, or quotations. Practice questions such as comprehension questions and exercises on material already covered. Chapters summarize that contain a brief explanation of the material covered and key points of key concepts. References or source that contain a bibliography or references used in writing the textbook. Glossary, which contains a list of keywords or technical terms and their definition. How is the content sequence? This book is organized as follows: introduction, main chapters, subchapters or main points, illustration or short examples, exercises or comprehension questions, short summary, additional references or sources, index, glossary, supporting material. Is the grading suitable for the learners? Yes, it is appropriate because the assessment is based on students' abilities and has standards. Is there adequate revision? There is, as the book has been revised and reprinted once. Are there reference sections? Example for grammar. There is a reference section for vocabulary. Is it easy to find your way around the course book? Yes, it is easy because the language presented is easy to understand. Is the layout clear? Yes, it is clear because the layout is organized in a neat and clear manner. Third, language content. Does the coursebook cover the main grammar items appropriate for each level? Yes, this textbook is designed to cover grammar material appropriate for each learning level. The grammar material is the textbook can be adjusted to the needs and level of understanding of students at various levels of education. Is material for teaching adequate in terms of quantity and range? Yes, it is adequate because it is tailored to the needs of students, the level of learning, and also the learning objectives. Does the coursebook include material for pronunciation work? Yes, because in this book there are pronunciation practice exercises for students to pronounce. Does the coursebook deal with structuring and conversation? Yes, because in this book there are dialogue exercises so that students are trained to speak. Is the language style matched to social situation? Yes, it is appropriate because the language used is adapted to the social situation and easy to understand. Fourth, skill. Are all four skills adequately covered? Yes, because this book contains a variety of materials that cover language skills such as speaking, writing, reading, and listening. Is there material for integrated skills work? Yes, there is, because in this book there is material that must be done in groups and in the form of a project. Are reading passages suitable? Yes, it is appropriate because it is tailored to the needs of students. Is listening material well recorded? There is no additional teaching media for listening practice in this book. Is material for spoken English well designed to equip learning in real life? Yes, because this book contains a lot of material that teaches students to speak English and can be used in real life. Are writing activities suitable in terms of amount, degree, and styles? Yes, it is appropriate because it can train students' writing skills for daily and real life by practicing the amount, level, and style of writing. Fifth topic. Is there sufficient materials or genuine interest to learners? Yes, there is quite a lot of material presented that is interesting for students because there are many interesting pictures, interesting illustration, and the language used is clear. Is there enough variety and range of topic? The material in this book is quite varied and the topics represented are various so that students do not get bored quickly in learning using this textbook. Will the topics help expand student awareness? Yes, because a lot of the material in this book is related to daily life so that it can increase students' awareness. Are the topics sophisticated enough in context? Yes, because the topics represented do not bore students and keep up with the times. Will your students be able to relate in terms of social and cultural context? Yes, students can understand the social and cultural context because the material in this book is related to daily life and learning about other cultures. Are women and men portrayed and represented equally? Yes, because in this book, women and men have the same equality in doing various activities that are in accordance with the context of the material to be taught to students. Are other groups represented? Example, origin, disabled, etc. There are not other groups represented in this book. Sixth, methodology. What approach of language learning are taken by the course book? This textbook uses various learning approaches such as skill-based approach, task-based approach, and grammar translation. What level of active learner involvement can be expected? It is expected that students can be active in class by asking questions to the teacher, answering if the teacher asks, explaining a lot when the teacher asks students to present. What techniques are used for presenting or practicing a new language? There are various techniques used to present new language such as visual image, using real objects, using dialogue, group activities, writing activities, and creating mind mapping. Does the material include any advice? Yes, there are some materials that include suggestions for how to solve problems, 7th, Teacher's Book. Is there adequate guidance for the teachers who will be using the course book and its supporting materials? There is no adequate guidance for teachers to use the textbooks. Are the teacher's books comprehensive and supportive? The teacher only uses the same book as the students for teaching. Do they adequately cover teaching techniques, language items such as grammar rules and culture-specific information? Yes, the book covers teaching techniques, language items, and grammar rules, but no specifics. Do the writers set out and justify the basic premises and principles underlying the material? Yes, the author sets out the basic principles underlying the material as it is at the beginning of each chapter. Are keys the exercises given? There is no exercise key in this book. 8. Practical consideration. What does the whole package cost? On the back of the book, the price of the book is written in various zones, such as Zone 1 for 12,400, Zone 2 for 12,900, Zone 3 for 13,500, Zone 4 for 14,500, Zone 5 for 18,600. Are the books strong and long-lasting? Yes, because the material used in this book is good, so it will be durable. Are they easy to obtain? Yes, because this textbook is available at various bookstores. Do any parts of the package require particular equipment such as language laboratory, video player, etc.? No, because the book does not contain other media that support learning. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.